Hello everyone, this is Sweet Lou Jeff Luzatter along with my tag team partner Steve Krall, and we're here at the 2023 Indiana High School Baseball Coaches Association Convention and Hall of Fame induction ceremony. And this is sponsored by Baseball Across Indiana, and our first inductee is Mr. Kelby Weybright. He's the 207th inductee into the Indiana High School Baseball Hall of Fame, a Norwell graduate, 243 wins and 93 losses. And Kelby, we really appreciate your time. We were talking off camera, you're a graduate of North White High School, which kind of just a small borough just north of Lafayette. Can you kind of talk a little bit about those days at North White?
Yeah, I mean, it is. It's a 1A school, and played at the town park, and all the local kids. Coach Burton was in McCutcheon at the time, getting every kid that came from the Colt World Series from Puerto Rico to join his team, I think. But no, it was a great community. There wasn't a whole lot to do in Monon, so you played ball. And the guy that was our Little League coach became our Babe Ruth coach and became our Legion coach, our high school coach, Coach Bonakovich, and a lot of fond memories from playing Monon.
Now, what position did you play on the field?
I was a second baseman. I think it was because I was a little runt when I was a kid growing up, and they put me over there. I could have had a decent glove, but couldn't throw it very far. Certainly didn't have an arm like Drew, so I got to be at second.
Talk a little bit about see some of your accomplishments here. As written here last, first you were I've been president of the IHSBCA and North-South All-Star coach in 2007. The All-Star game, how's that coaching all that talent?
It's a lot of fun. I mean, it really is. I mean, you heard me talking to you a little bit about it, but it's really neat. And we had some kids play, in the 03 series. I think maybe Samarja was there, but Jake had a kid in 03 in Fort Wayne. It's just a great event to get with these kids from all around the state and just kind of watch them come together and just go out and play and compete. And it never stinks to have talented kids around you. So it's just a lot of fun.
And some of your accomplishments here, NHC conference titles 2, sectional titles 7, regional titles 4, semi-state 2, 3A state champ in 2003 and 2007, and runner-up in 2006. State finals champs, there's nothing like it, right?
No, there really isn't. That's a great experience. 2003, we kind of hit lightning in a bottle, and I'd say maybe got lucky. The things worked out well for us. 2007 was obviously a magical season for us. 2006. It's something that I'll always remember. We gave one up to Terry down in Jasper, but it's an incredible place to play when you get the chance to go down to Victory Field with your kids, and something I'll always remember.
Now, it talks about your other accomplishments here, and again, being from North White High School, I told you off camera it sounded pretty humbling here. You don't just credit yourself too much. You got people around you that kind of got you here, right?
Yeah, had some great staff, but at the end of the day, I mean, it goes back to our kids. Our kids came in and committed to the program. I don't know that they knew that they had a coach who was a maniac, but we set high expectations, and they came in and lived up to them. And for the most part, they played for the name that was on the front of the jersey. And I mean, everything coming down here to be put in the Hall of Fame is because of them. Their efforts and showing up at 6 o'clock on a January morning to work out, for 2 hours, that takes a lot of dedication. And I'm sure there were some moms and dads who weren't happy about that trip in the morning, but those kids bought in and worked their tails off, and it's been it was a great ride, and it's been great to see those kids grow up into fine young men and fathers and community people, and now they're coaching some kids, and it's enjoyable.
Now, I've got one last question. I don't know where Steve might want to chime in there, but you mentioned off camera you're current athletic director at Norwell now. So do you still sort of hang around the baseball field and kind of keep some feelings to yourself about, well, hey, why did you do this or why did you do that?
Coach Goodmiller is very gracious to let me come and help from time to time. And I find myself when we've got a softball game going and a baseball game, which are on opposites of our campus, the gator ends up at the baseball side a lot more than it does the softball side. And there's a gate that walks right into the dugout, and I try to go in and make sure I keep my mouth shut, but it's a hard thing to do. But I do try to get out from time to time. The other day I was on Amazon and I bought a couple finger gloves just because I thought that's something we could use with our infielders. We'll get those out next week. So yeah, I do still try to get involved and definitely help with all, I come to all the summer development stuff and try to get with fall workouts and whenever I can.
Coach, two-part of this kind of related. When did you get that spark that, hey, I might want to coach?
Yeah.
And then why did you follow through on that?
I think part of that was just that I loved the game, and I had a mentor and Coach Bonakovich who kind of helped me to see the game differently, to see it not from just a single position or pitcher catcher, but to try to see the broad landscape of the game. And I was in high school, and he actually said, "Hey, why don't you coach my kids in Little League?" And I'm like, well, this is great. I think I probably should have been in a straight jacket some of the times, because we're talking about 7th, 8th grade, 8-year-old kids, and I was going nuts, But it was something that I wanted to do, and I knew going into college that I wanted to coach, and that meant that I needed to go into education. But it just kept burning, and I almost left Norwell, I think in 2000 to go to Westview, and my wife turned me down. She said I couldn't go. It was a damn good decision she made.
So you had as much of a classroom on the ball field or wherever you were coaching as you did
We tried to.
when you were in a classroom?
We tried to, and it's a magical thing to watch a team play together, both offensively and defensively. You look out and you see a ball go into left center gap, and you see all 9 guys moving in harmony, and it's like a damn symphony.
One last question, and we'll let everybody know here that we'll be asking everybody, but what's this induction mean to you?
Yeah, I really think it means a lot for our community. I think about the kids that we had and the amount of time that that their families and youth coaches spent, giving them that desire to play the game so that we could get them when they were in high school. It's neat that at least on my end, we have Coach Jerry Lewis, who's in the Indiana Basketball Hall of Fame, who I know very well. Coach Gary Scott's in the Indiana Football Hall of Fame. And now we got somebody representing our community who was a big baseball community in the Indiana Baseball Hall of Fame. And my wife's family is originally from Jasper, so I've been down a few times, and it's neat to go in there and look at those things. And when we won our first state championship, of course, I had to take my kids, because it's like, hey, there we are. But it's a neat individual honor, but I'm happy for our community and the people that really made this thing work, and that's our coaches and our kids.
Well, congratulations on being the 207th inductee into the Indiana Baseball High School Hall of Fame. Congratulations. Thanks for your time.
Thank you very much. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it.